Hello and welcome to my Keeper Diary for episode 1 or session 1 of the Two Headed Serpent campaign from Chaosium for Pulp Call of Cthulhu. My name is Marty Jobson and I am the Keeper of Arcane Lore. So, the first session, it's up. You can listen to the audio, you can come back here, you can watch me talking about it, and then you can comment below. We've also put up episode 0 at the same time. That's the character creation episode. You may or may not want to listen to that. I don't know. That's possibly less interesting. So the first session went pretty well. It was run immediately after character creation, and I think everyone was keen to get on with the game, and it was pretty good. A little bit slow in places. It starts slowly. I mean, it starts in media ray brilliantly, and in fact, I love this because it starts with a gunshot. And your party leader, so the bloke who's supposedly in charge of your party, is shot in the head, leaving you adrift in the Chaco Boreal of the Paraguay and forests. So he gets shot in the head, and I did that, but I was sort of going through the sort of description of, this is what it is, sights and smells and sounds, and then he calls everyone together and he sort of introduces you, and the idea he's just about to tell you what is really going on. And the gunshot rings out, and to do that, I just slam my hand on the table. You should have seen everyone jump. All the players, they all did this. It was extremely pleasing way to start. And then we went in, and then we sort of went straight into combat, which I think surprised them all slightly, that it was going to be quite so sort of straight into it, and that took a little while for everyone to get used to. So we'll get there. We'll get there as we go further. So that was really good. I really enjoyed the beginning. The end, at the end, where there's a bit at the end where they're climbing up to sort of sort out a radio. So I said, you need to get the aerial above, sort of tree height so you can speak to your base. So they're trying to get back in touch to find out what was the real reason they were being sent out there, and to sort of get some more feedback. So, and I was trying to get them to make the climb rolls, and it was one of those situations that Trail of Cthulhu was designed to avoid, where everyone just keeps failing their climb roll. And I only really gave them the option to make the climb roll because I knew people had put skill points into it literally a few hours earlier, and they'd been like, I'll put skill points into climb. So I was thinking, okay, make your climb roll. Now, the push rules are there to sort this problem out in Call of Cthulhu. And I need to get them in my head. And I need to start using them more efficiently. And I think this reflects how I've always played Call of Cthulhu. I've always been a bit hazy about the whole rules system. And it's really more been about the story, and consequently, the rules and some of the interpretations of the rules have suffered slightly, shall we say? So anyway, sanity is another thing. I always get sanity right. I always forget how to do sanity. I don't know what it is about Call of Cthulhu. I just can't get the sanity rules into my head to stick. And what I need to do is I need to write down some notes onto a post-it and stick the post-it onto my keeper screen, so it's right there in front of me, so that when it pops up, you think I'd remember, but I just I don't know. Anyway, something about that. But so there's a couple of things there I need to smooth out. But hopefully with a regular session, because Call of Cthulhu, it's been a long time since I ran a big campaign. I've run sort of little one-offs here and there. So it's been a long time since I've run a big campaign, and hopefully we'll sort of sort that out. Excuse me. But anyway, what I really wanted to talk about was some of the handouts that the players got. And if you listen to the episode, you'll hear them oohing and ahhing over the handouts. In particular, this. This is a ring-bound paperback diary for the campaign. And every single player got one of these. You can see it says, Caduceus 1933. That's the date it starts. Confidential, Circle 2 Operative Mission Logbook. On the back, there's a Caduceus, and the stationers that printed it. although they, of course, I looked this up and they are real stations. And then on the inside front cover, you've got a diary. Oop, there you go, a diary. And actually, this is a graphic from, I think it's from the Keeper resources, which are now available free. If you've got this, go to the Chaosium website and you can get hold of the Keeper resources as a PDF for free. I did wonder how they were going to get around that. And on the inside back cover, there's a advert for a Colt automatic and a revolver or something. I don't know. It was just something to fill the space, basically, because I was paying for the inside back cover to be printed. And it's sort of glossy and it's lovely. And I just looked back. These cost me, to do 5 of them, because I've got 5 players, it cost me, including postage and packaging and VAT, £27.39. Great British pounds. So that's a reasonable amount of money. But I think it's well worth it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I've spent a lot more money than this on things that have turned out to be complete white elephants when it comes to gaming. I mean, on many things in my life, but gaming in particular. I've got downstairs. I've got boxes and boxes full of role-playing game materials from years and years and years of just buying stuff that never gets used. And this stuff is being used. This is really being used, and it's had a fantastic effect on the players. Now you can tell this one is bulging. This one is whose is this? This is Poppy's book. Oh no, sorry, this is Juliet's. And you can see, right, page 1, and you can hear this if you listen to the podcast. It's what we've come to calling them the sort of the craft activities or the scrapbooking. They've stuck in absolutely every handout I've given them. What's this one? Here is, how to use luck. I printed these out and I just gave them out to the players. It's just my little thing on what luck you can use your luck for, because it's an additional rule. So people put them in the books. Here's the whole character generation thing stuck in the book. And you think, oh, that's good. Oh, look, some of the pictures I printed out, because I like to do a lot of graphics, and I'll talk about this maybe in a later one. And I just do, for every location they're going to, I'm going to print out just some general pictures. So that's a picture of a panther, Panthera onca, which I just thought I'd print out a picture so that people get the idea of where they are. But and then here's a picture of the character. But look at all this look at all these notes people are taking. No, it's hard to see because the light's not on. Look, notes. Oh, the side notes. My daughter, I can find her book. Look, that you don't, especially the first few episodes, you don't hear my daughter saying much. So this is Poppy. She's writing detailed notes of absolutely everything that happens. And I know that that's because of this, not because I've just given her some paper. It's because she's got this that she's doing it. And everyone's, cutting and pasting everything in here. So every single handout is in here now. And in fact, what has happened is with my handouts, everything I print out for them, any pictures I print out, anything like that, I'll print out one big one so that they can all look at it and go, ooh, look at that. And then I might print out some smaller ones as well. So I'll just do another, I'll do a duplicate copy of like miniature ones so that everyone can cut them out and put them in their book. It's hugely popular. Everyone really likes it. Now, this was something I heard somewhere that they had produced a campaign logbook and that people took it in turns to write in it. And I just thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to have one of these? I wasn't sure that everyone would go for it. I thought I'd have maybe one person would decide to use a notebook, but no, everybody wanted the notebook. So the notebooks have been an enormous success with the players. Now I will try and post the files I used to do these in here. I need to just go back and have a look at them just to make sure they really are good for copyright. I mean, there isn't really anything here. This is actually this image, the Caduceus image. This image they've used for the central Caduceus thing. This is a classical image that's available on the internet as it is. And actually, I completely recreated the logo because it was too low resolution for me, and I'm anal, and I like fiddling on Photoshop. Oh, it's not Photoshop, it's the GIMP I use because I can't afford Photoshop. But anyway, so top tip from me: get yourself some notebooks and give your players notebooks, themed notebooks. Really worked. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you've got any comments on it or anything you want to say, post below, and hopefully we'll carry on with these as and when.